compete in the best exam like IIT JEE, got a security seat in IIT Kharagpur, wanted to get a medical seat in Hubli, free medical seat, BITS Pilani seat, wherever which were competing, everywhere offer letters were in my hand for joining. Chose Surathkal, NIT Surathkal, did my BTech with third rank to university. So again, academic I was coming and wrote an exam called GATE, you must be knowing, where I could secure 99.25 percentile. And then did my master's and PhD from Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. And from there, again, I decided that I have to be a teacher. People are surprised, I mean, with all PhD, why do I teach and whom do I teach? Wanted to teach 11th and 12th. I am teaching 11th and 12th and I will be teaching for 11th and 12th students. Because these are the students who tomorrow will be open on that, because many of the branches closed after I left. Why I left Pearson? One reason, because they forgot one thing. The critical CSF, what you're talking here, the critical success factor was in education is to improve the product. The product is not good, no matter how you sell, is not going to matter. The product wasn't very good. And in that discussion, discontentment, I left the company. I told, unless you make the product complete, I cannot stay here more longer. And I started my company, one of the directors under my mentorship of my professor, Master C. Srinivas Chimukal. We started TutorPod. Again, we started TutorPod. I came out of Pearson May 2014. And what we had built from 1 student to 100 centers, unfortunately in 15 months, crashed to 5 to 10 centers, because the team was missing. The team, this was the team. We had a huge team, 300 teachers were directly reporting to me. And ERP was brought, in fact there was a huge meeting in Delhi by some company, I really don't know which that ERP was, they brought it to Pearson, tried to bring it the later stage, but they could not diagnose at the proper time. I think this seminar is very important, because anything you have to diagnose at proper time. If a cancer is diagnosed at the last stage, very difficult to improve. Something like that. Life is also like that, right? So there was a chance of productivity enhancement which could not be done. So I came out, TutorPod, we started with 1 student. Today we have 1,000 students, and we have signed a MOU with Saudi. I was invited twice in Indian schools of Saudi, Jeddah, Zubair and Riyadh. Where there are 22,000 students in Riyadh school, one school, imagine. How many Indian schools are there, 4 schools in Saudi. Been there, today we have 1,000 students enrolling from different institutes. We are going to make it a very big one, I'm sure. And thank you for the invitation of Surendra and Rajendra, Professor Rajendra Kumar. And my intention of coming here, my intention of living is to train students and to train teachers. So far I have been lucky to train 1 million of students across the globe. And about 5,000 teachers I have privileged, or rather honored to say that I have trained them for the various entrance exam and board exam across the globe. So today actually I am coming with an objective in mind. You shouldn't come without an objective, such a seminar. One is to meet that person, definitely, number 1. Number 2, for our company, the business of business is business. If you are tackling that line, surely. Today, how to scale up, we are thinking. Because the dearth of teachers, there's a world research, very less teachers like Professor Rajendra, and so many teachers, if you see millions of teachers, only few quality teachers are there. How are you going to train the students? So we thought that it can be only through technology driven. So we have a studio at Rajajinagar. We have a studio at Rajajinagar where we have taken Hughes satellite bandwidth from one center. The best of the best teachers should not be made to travel a lot. This is what is happening today in Bangalore. Teachers, because of their resource crunch, will morning one place, afternoon, evening one place. So they are not getting time to prepare also. We thought this problem can be assessed by having one studio from where we can teach throughout the world. The best of the best teachers can be invited there and trained. That's what we are doing. I have some of the best teachers in my studio at Rajajinagar. We have no branches, only one branch from where I am delivering to thousands of students today in their entrance exam. I have students from Gangavati, students from Sidhanur, students from Raichur, students from Bagalkot, students from Dharwad, students from where not you ask, Mysore, Bangalore, Hassan, Tumkur, Yadgir, and all most of them village, rural students whom we are training the best of the best in the entrance exam. So today we have come here, I'm looking at franchisee model, means because I alone, see, interdependence is better than independence. Stephen Covey, one of the most successful author and counselor of the world, has said, So we wanted to give franchise at different centers in Bangalore, in Karnataka and outside Karnataka, where there can be a studio where the persons are responsible for marketing, local marketing. And our model also fantastic model. We after upfront franchise, 1 year we are not collecting anything from them. So we will groom them. This is to make their own established. Then we start getting royalty and all. So I want to make this training 11th and 12th successful throughout India. The students are very much stressed. Release the stress by giving the utmost thing and make them. Thank you so much time Surendra giving to me. And so with that objective I come, how can we crack this model? Are they real passionate people? As per me, my driving force is my passion. That's how my passion to do something better. Thank you very much. Thank you for tolerating me, all the audience. I don't know. We'll catch up. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Gambhir. So can I request the next person to continue, because I think, and if you could just say why you're here in relation to ERP and what do you hope to get out of it for your organization, for yourself.
Thank you very much. Sir, basically, a teacher is the social reformer. Enterprise resource planning is the one which is most important for teaching community also. Once what happened, a teacher has to address to a huge group of students, 500, 1,000, 2,000, 10,000 like that. In such a situation, one person cannot address to a huge group of students. I have one concept that I have implemented and got it. See, I am a mathematics teacher who cannot teach physics, chemistry and biology. But students rushed to me, sir, we are in need of mathematics, along with mathematics, physics, chemistry and biology within a month's time, between March 30th to April 30th. At that time, almost all the teachers had been deployed for evaluation. Teachers' dearth was very high. Children wanted coaching. I could not teach other than mathematics. And this was a big challenge for me. How do I address to this particular...
Everybody, my name is Rachan and I work with Microsoft. So I'm really humbled listening to the ways that people here are going to take away this learning and implement it in the education sector. Well, my motive to attend this is a bit more selfish, because since I work in a customer-facing role, I thought I'll attend this session and be able to have better conversations with my customers on ERP. But it's nice to see that the way educators here are taking up workshops like this and making education as a whole better in India. Thank you.
Thanks very much for that, Rachan, and thanks for being here. That's very nice to have you here. And we hope you will get, as somebody said, customer is the king. You will get some insights in relation to, improving the customer experience in Microsoft through the journey of customer process mapping.
Sure.
Hello, good afternoon to everybody. My name is Narayan Swami. Basically, I'm a banker. I was working for State Bank of India since 1977. Suddenly, I don't know, it's madness, I took VRS in 2001. I had no reason for that. Then I started my career in a hospital as a HR manager now. So thank you for the opportunity given to me. Thank you so much.
That's great and very inspirational. A believer in learning, because learning, they say, never ends. And thanks for sharing that. And hopefully you will get some insights on ERP too, and that you will be able to relate to from your either banking or HR environment. Next.
We would like to hear from Madam, because the woman behind every successful.
Shall I go out of the room?
My name is Elizabeth, and I'm Mrs. Surendra Shroff as well. And I'm here basically to learn all about ERP so that I could be a support to Surendra in our learning and development enterprise, which is Health Consultancy Service. Surendra gives me a whole lot of opportunities to learn and keep on learning, because he started this establishment, which is
think she's been very kind to me as always, because she says, learn, 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 and learn. I think I give her more do, and do. So I think she's been very kind. So thank you. Thanks, Liz.
Hi everybody, my name is Rohan. I work for a company called AXA. And I've heard a lot of people talk about this ERP II, and I didn't know too much in detail about this. So I took this opportunity to come here and learn about ERP II so that I can relate it to the process which I'm working in. And ultimately it's the customer satisfaction that we need. So I know this is going to help me provide better service to our customers and keep them happy so that we get better business from them. That's all. Thank you.
Great, Ron. Thanks for that. And I hope you do get some insights on this.
Hey everyone, good afternoon. One second from my video. Yeah, this is Sanjay from Total Report, and I'm working from Dr. Amit Gambhir. And I have a huge experience. I worked with HCL and Stage International Limited, and I have been continuing the education path from 13 years. And I'm a business development manager, marketing head for the developing a new franchises across cities. Okay, interstate and Karnataka I worked it. See, what I'm finding, because I'm basically into franchise development. See, once I make a franchise development, I want to analyze those people who has invested with us. So those will become a major factor for me to make them a success in the business. To making success of business, yes, I should have a track of the persons, how much is invested, where is taking back, how to track that. So I hope this will help me in the ERP where I can take some data and inputs from that. I hope so.
Sure. Thanks for that, Sanjay. So I think in terms of the franchising network that your company is seeking and that you are seeking to develop, considering that every franchisee of yours is your customer, your prime customer, a business-to-business customer, I'm sure that you will have some valuable lessons to take away from today, which will help you in what you're seeking to do.
Okay. Thank you. I hope everybody have given.
So, Mr. Surendra, thank you. I think circuit is completed.
Okay.
With one line, of course, let's not make it just a listening seminar or going. After this, I think we need to associate, keeping Surendra in the link. That's very important. And do something. And I invite everybody who is passionate of education, grooming something. We will groom you with a small investment. How to take your investment back within a year, and how to make a sustainable training center. If you are planning for 11th and 12th students, please get in touch, keeping always Surendra in you. In life, one principle I have learned, whether ERP or something, gratitude or links you should never cut. If you cut the links, you are violating principles. When you violate principle, you will not be successful. So whatever we do, we will keep in Surendra and try to benefit from a win-and-win situation. Those who are very passionate about education and want to develop their own something, there is an opportunity. We will learn from ERP, all of us, and please contact me. I mean, we will keep in touch, all of us with Surendra. Thank you for listening my request of introducing everything. I think it sets up the fire like each one of us know.
Sure.
Thank you.
And I think thank you very much for suggesting that at the very outset, because now I think both for Andrew and for me, it makes, it brings everybody to life in a sense that we know where everyone is coming from. Though I have personally connected with most people and I know, but particularly for Andrew, I think it's very useful to know where everybody is anchored and what is their context in which they are operating and what they're seeking to get out of today. And what this is about now, the next session, which we are running a bit late, so there's nothing to worry about that, Andrew. So what this next session is about, it's about a toolkit, which, in other words, each one of us has said what we want to do when we go back with ERP II. So what you're now going to see is the tools that you need to have in order to do what you want to do to make your business, your organization, your objective come true. So that's what we're going to go into. And we're going to rush this through because As I said, we're running late. So, and this toolkit, one of the suggestions that came during the coffee break was that we should base this on a case study. Okay? So yes, this session is totally based on a case study. It's a local authority case study. A city like, I don't think there's another city like Bangalore, but I shouldn't say that. But anyway, a city in the UK called Bradford. So as Andrew said at the earlier, they spent £170 million on implementing and rollout of an ERP II solution. So what did they get for this £170 million? Why did they do it? How did they do it? What were the learnings from it? And it doesn't have to be just Bradford. I mean, there's no reason. I think probably those people who followed some of our successful chief ministers, like Chandrababu Naidu, for example, he said, "I'll make Hyderabad into Singapore." So there's no reason why Singapore should remain Singapore and Hyderabad shouldn't become Singapore. So there's no reason why Bangalore shouldn't become a world-class city, because you need aspiration and hope. I think those are the only two things that you need. Everything else will follow. So anyway, so the next session, that's what we're going to look at, as what are the tools that are required with the aspiration and the hope to make things possible. So over to you, Andrew.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for all your feedback, very valuable. What we can take away from that is that we want to get away from a position where organisations are asleep at the wheel, going through the motions of ERP2 and not realising the benefits, and this is why tooling is very important. We need to help organisations through the journey. So whatever stage you're in, you'll be able to hopefully understand your position within the implementation and how